Heads up.
You want this, don't you?
Hello everyone, Dan of 14th Prime here. Want to do a quick heads up video on a new Hot Toys release. They've announced the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi figure. It's up for pre-order in Sideshow. I've got a link in the description below. You can hop out there, check it out. If you're interested in picking the guy up, appreciate it if you buy it through that link. Supports the channel, easy way to say thank you. If anything on this channel is helpful or useful to you. But yeah, he's out here, 230 bucks. Seems like a fair price, and I think the guy comes with some reasonable options here. Scroll down, you get the Jabba Palace type look here. No exclusive, I've noticed. So it's just kind of straight up Luke. Comes with a bunch of hands, basically. Pretty good articulated body. You know, costume stuff, some weapons, and some of the accessories, which we'll talk about. And I think a couple unique twists as it relates to his lightsaber and his stand. But if we jump up here into the pics, very highly anticipated figure here. So very happy to see this guy's been announced. I was wondering when they were going to do it. I mean, obviously they did the New Hope wave back in like 2015. And it's been pretty quiet since then in terms of the original trilogy. They've been focusing on the new movies. But lately they've been starting to sprinkle out, mainly like Empire Strikes Back. We saw Yoda come. Leia went up, and they've had some other random characters like Death Star Gunner, I think, but it felt like they were going to kind of tackle this relatively chronologically. But now they've jumped out and put Luke out there, which I think is great. I mean, if you know you're going to sell a whole bunch of somebody, why not go ahead and just get him out there and collect your money? So that's the approach they seem to be taking, which is probably pretty consistent with Boba Fett, Return of the Jedi, from a couple years ago as well with the New Hope wave. So I think a lot of people are going to pick this up. I mean, this is probably the most desirable Luke, and then maybe an X-Wing pilot, like an Empire Strikes Back X-Wing pilot, I'm sure would be very popular as well. So I'll definitely be putting the pre-order in on this guy, and I'm just kind of clicking through some pics here, just as I've been rambling a bit. Some nice teasers here. The Emperor, the throne, we're all expecting that, and that looks very cool. The Vader over here, I mean, best I can tell, it's the New Hope Vader with the tunic just under the shoulder pads to create the Return of the Jedi look. Otherwise, as I was trying to compare it to my New Hope Vader, I couldn't really tell any difference, so I can't say that's a Return of the Jedi Vader. It looks like New Hope. But if you think otherwise, let me know. But yeah, very cool, very cool. Definitely want to get these two guys paired up. The one thing in a detail of him with Vader and the Emperor on a throne would be pretty crowded. But that would be a very cool display option. So let's kind of hit the reset here and get back to the first of the pics. So let's just kind of take a look at these. Obviously, nice green lightsaber, the all-black suit. That's kind of the classic look there for Luke. Very cool. They got on some poses here. He looks good and clean. He's like a, he's a little dude, Mark Hamill. I think the head sculpt is good. I don't know if I love the open mouth. We'll get a closer look here. I like this Jabba's Palace type look, so I'm glad they threw that in. And that's the head sculpt there. That's the slightly open mouth. It's not a big deal. We're nitpicking, but I always think, definitely kind of the somber look which they gave him is appropriate for Luke. I like the face expression, kind of very somber, torn between overthrowing the rebellion and taking care of his dad, I guess you could say. So the facial expression is good. I maybe would have closed his mouth. I don't know, not a big deal, but just my reaction to that. But I'm glad they threw in kind of the cloak there. You could pose him up there looking like he's on the sand barge out by the Sarlacc pit, so that looks cool. You could have put a diorama out with him and the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. That would be a pretty cool display option as well. So looking very good there. You get the cuffs here when he's turning himself in. So another classic scene. Obviously, big scene here, right? With the Emperor, Vader, and him looking to turn into the dark side. Again, some nice teasers there. Looking for that Emperor to come out. Definitely want to pick him up. And with that throne, it would be very cool. Would love if they gave like a backdrop like that. The Death Star window thing. I definitely would like to have that in the display. It's a question of, do I need to get it custom, or are they going to provide some backdrop? So they're dueling here, fine. Dueling. Is it going to show any of the extra accessories? Again, nice head sculpt. I like the head sculpt better than the New Hope head sculpt, where he just looked confused. I get it, he's in that movie, he's a young kind of noob, but I thought the look was really just too confused. This looks much better. Again, the cuffs we've seen. They're not really showing us a lot. Here we go. So they get a gun accessory. Check. The cloak we've seen already. Check. Damaged hand. And he's got like 10 hands. So plenty of hands. Nice cool kind of when he gets shot on the barge, revealing some of the bionics. You get that. I guess here's just the overall summary. So obviously LED lightsaber arm. You get a blade effect here, so that's different, right? You get kind of this effect that looks like it's in motion. So I don't know that we've seen that before, at least not on the New Hope figures I have. I don't recall if they gave that to the Rogue One Vader or not. I don't think so off top of mind, but could always jump out and check. The cuffs, I guess his uniform's got a bit of a reversible effect there. The hand we saw, the many hands, including the gloved hand. And then the base here, which they're doing a bit of injustice because I think it's cool. It's got some kind of flipping parts here. So I think these go on the base and you can get sort of the Death Star look here versus this one I think being a Jabba Palace look and this one maybe being sand. I don't know. We can barely see it, but some versatility in the base, which unfortunately in these pics I think they're underplaying a bit. I thought sounded pretty cool. But anyway, there he is, and all that for $230. I think it's a fair price. That's Sideshow price. You get the 5% reward, so call it 12, 13 bucks off that. So you're kind of $215-ish, plus shipping on Sideshow at least. So that's a decent price. It's going to be coming to us about next summer, it looks like, here in the States. And yeah, what are you guys' thoughts? You picking this guy up? You happy with what they delivered? Obviously, a lot of people are anticipating. There's high expectations for the figure. You happy with what you're seeing? I think overall I'm pretty satisfied, and I'll be putting the pre-order in as I said. So thanks for checking in on the heads up. Again, link in the description below. Feel free to jump out to Sideshow, check them out, place an order yourself if you're interested. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.